As we've seen in the previous video, you need to be thoughtful and deliberate about crafting the writing in your post. Well, the same is true for the images you choose and how you present them. By the end of this video, you'll know what to keep in mind as you select the images for your posts. Across social media platforms, users understand that attaching an image to their post will help capture the attention of users scrolling through their feed. Actually, a tweet with an image gets 3 times more engagement than just a text tweet, and a Facebook post with an image gets 2.3 times the engagement. Additionally, a LinkedIn post with an image is 98% more likely to get a comment. And the key thing to remember, you want to catch a user's attention with your image by making it unique and stand out. Let's go over some tips that can help you with that. First, let your brand's visual identity guide your image choices. Remember how we discussed the visual identity as part of the EPIC brand framework? This guide on colors and image types that fit your brand can help you when it's time to select the image for a post. For example, a fashion company may want to show visuals of its products. A data company may want to show fun charts and infographics. And a community-based organization may want to show images of people. As we mentioned in our last video, stories are a powerful way to get your message across, and images are great to support your story. For instance, if you're posting about summer camp for kids and how great your camps are to help kids unwind and make new connections, you can support your story with a picture that really captures the essence of that story. To do that, you want to make sure that your photo is going to communicate a clear story and is easy to understand. For example, don't choose a sweeping shot of the campsite with dozens of people in the photo. There would be too much going on, and the viewer may scroll by, or if they stop, they may not understand the story. Instead, choose a photo of a few friends roasting marshmallows around the campfire. It's simple, individual, and it tells the story. Let's go through some ways to compose your image so it'll look professional and eye-catching. The first technique is to use the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is simply the idea that if you break up your image into thirds horizontally and vertically, your subjects should be placed at the intersection of one of the grid lines, not directly center. Similarly, if you're taking a shot of a landscape, you either want to have 2/3 land and 1/3 sky, or 2/3 sky and 1/3 land. Having the subject slightly off from center actually makes it more noticeable and is more appealing visually for our eyes. There may be times though when you want to post a perfectly symmetrical photo, which can also be visually pleasing and starkly unique at the same time. This works especially well with architecture and cityscapes. While Instagram no longer hosts in-app grid lines, you can turn grid lines on for your phone's camera in the settings. Next, we want to make sure that we have good light. If at all possible, use natural light for your photograph. Photographers call the time around sunrise and sunset the golden hour because the light then is softer and more angled, giving you better light and shadow contrast. Also, make sure your exposure is balanced by tapping on your screen as you're lining up your photo. Tapping on dark areas will cause the photo to lighten, and tapping on light areas will cause the photo to darken. While you can change much of the lighting appearance in the editing tools, it helps to capture a good image to work with first. If you want to have the viewer focus on a subject, put some space around it to set it apart and become the focal point. This will help you simplify your post as well. Experiment with different kinds of angles as well. A shot from below or an aerial view. That shows us a different viewpoint than what we'd normally see at eye level. It can capture a user's attention and make your shot much more appealing. Also include lead lines or lines in the photograph that draw the eye towards the subject and to tell the viewer what to look at. It can be as simple as a path leading to a subject, lines on a tablecloth, or an inserted arrow. It helps to guide people to focus on what you want them to see. Finally, don't forget to add some alt text for your photos, which is simply a description of what's in the photo for anyone who may be visually impaired. Once you've captured your image, you'll want to do some further editing to make it really stand out. If you have and know how to use professional editing tools, then use them. There are also a number of in-app and third-party editing tools that will touch up your photo for you or apply a cool filter. Or you can do it yourself with your phone's camera tools. Pictures aren't the only images you'll find included in social media posts. Infographics, charts, graphics, images with text on them, cartoons, they all serve a purpose in catching someone's eye and function as unique content that represents the brand. Don't think you're just limited to photos. Adding a visual to your social media post has been proven to increase engagement. An image can tell a story much faster and in much more complete ways than text alone can, and our visual attachment to the image can help us to remember better. So, it's important to give some thought to the image you post and make sure it's aligned with the story you want to tell and the brand image you want to convey. In our next video, we'll look at videos and their role in social media posts.